All right. Well, you heard Gabe's thoughts right off the bat. You should have let me.
Well, I
Um,
mean,
well, I wish I was coming on talking about a better result than what we got. I really felt like we had to win this game.
it was
But
a
we had the
winnable
obvious.
game.
Yes, it was. I felt like we had the obvious advantage pitching matchup wise. I still feel like we had the obvious advantage pitching matchup wise. Um, we just didn't capitalize. We didn't cap.
No,
Radish really only struggled for half of an inning. The bullpen did its job. We had chances with runners in scoring position. Didn't capitalize.
had plenty
Um,
of chances.
the big question, and you and I talked about it when we were in Twitter Spaces during the game, and people were talking about it on social media. Do you feel like Brandon Hyde overmanaged this game?
I personally am going to. It's not. I did say it was the playoffs. You do stuff you're not supposed to do, but I mean, he kind of did overmanage, pulling pitchers when I think they shouldn't have been pulled, changing players.
I know. I mean, I know you called out when we were in Twitter Spaces. I know you called out the pulling Danny Cologne for Webb, and Webb gives up a home run to his first batter. Instant reaction. Of course, you're going to feel that way given the result, but that is a classic baseball move. I mean, bringing in a not having a lefty face the righty batter or having a lefty face a lefty. That's classic baseball. You don't see it as much as you used to because of the three batter rule, but let's face it.
Yeah,
Had
I
we
mean, I
not
kind of agree, but when the pitcher is going out there getting outs, not giving up any runs, hits, nothing, you leave him in there.
I I don't necessarily disagree with that. I I do think that the managers sometimes don't manage that, but that is classic baseball 101. I mean, if here's the thing, if we leave Cologne in and Jung, who hits kills has killed lefties all year, um, does damage, then you say, why didn't you bring Webb in? If they bring Webb in, Webb gets the out. It looks like a brilliant move. It's easy to Monday morning quarterback any decision somebody makes.
Yeah, but a lot of people were saying it just because he was pinch hitting already in like what the fifth he took out Westberg.
Yeah. Well, you don't like Westberg anyway.
It's not that I don't like Westberg. It's just
You don't
I don't
like
know. I
Westberg,
just think Westberg could do more, and he just doesn't do much.
but again, okay, you yes, the fourth inning seems a little early to pitch hit, but you're bringing in a veteran who played in the playoffs last year, who's played in the playoffs prior to even last year. You bring in a you're bringing in a veteran hitter who has playoff experience with the hopes who hit over 340 with runners in scoring position. So you're hoping that that experience, that playoff experience, that good year he had with runners in scoring position is going to produce you a hit that gets you a run.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help when it seems like we couldn't get the timing of these pitchers down because we were either early chasing or way too late.
And that lends itself to the question, you know, is the inexperience of this young team going to hurt them? And honestly, I know it's only one game out of five, but the biggest reason I thought this was a game we had to win was you're putting a lot of pressure at this point on Grayson Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Like,
but I personally don't think the inexperience hurt us this game because you faced Texas before. You should know the team pretty good. You faced them at least twice, late in the year and early in April. You split 3 out of 3 against them. You should know them a little bit.
actually, correct me if I'm wrong. I think all of our games against Texas were before Memorial Day
Well,
because the first three were the second series of the year, and I think the second series was before Memorial Day. I think they were all before Memorial Day. I could be wrong.
I can't remember, but still, we split 3 out of 3 against them. We
You mean
should have.
we split 3 out of 6. We split
Yeah,
16.
three
We split
six.
three.
Yeah,
We can't split 3 out of 3.
I mean, if you could, you could. That would be awesome.
um, I said it to you. I said it to you when we were talking to Spaces. If we go down, if we do not win tomorrow, we're not coming back to Baltimore.
No, no, we're not.
I don't see us losing 2 games in Baltimore, going to Texas, winning 2 games in Texas to bring it back to Baltimore. So, the pressure's on Grayson Rodriguez, the pressure's on this bullpen. But I I look at social media and I see everybody calling out, how bad, saying how bad it. And yes, the Orioles missed opportunities. Texas missed opportunity. At the end of the day, it was a 3-2 ball game. It was a close. It wasn't like Texas. We blew our chances and Texas blew us out.
Nope. The thing about that was Texas was just had too many strikeouts.
The thing, I mean, like I
I
said,
think it was like 16.
the thing that scares me is, you know, like I said, are we going to put? Is there going to be too much pressure on Grayson Rodriguez now tomorrow?
Probably because you don't want to go to Texas 0-2.
No. I mean,
But I look at it as this way: is Grayson probably will just do what he's been doing because he came back after being sent down, coming back up, and that was kind of too much pressure on him too. Thinking, well, if I don't do good here, they're gonna probably just send me right back down. I don't want to go back down.
well, at this point, he's on the roster for the rest of. I mean, they're not gonna. If he has
Well,
a bad
no,
start tomorrow, even if we somehow make it to the America, he's not. They're not going to pull him from the roster. That's not.
oh no, I get that. I was talking about last time he came up when he got sent down and came back up.
But I mean, really, the biggest blown opportunities for the Orioles were the bottom of the 8th and the bottom of the ninth. Um, how you don't capitalize on a Aroldis Chapman being wild is beyond me. And again, this is one of those things that easy to Monday morning quarterback. If it had worked, it'd been great. But you get a walk to lead off the bottom of the ninth. Why in the world are you trying to steal?
I mean,
Off
I
of
get why he was trying to steal, but don't do it if you're unless you're told to do it. Because based off the reaction from the manager when they showed the dugout, it looked like no one told him to steal.
oh, Brandon Hyde looked pissed.
Yeah, because I think no one told him to steal. He just did it on his own, and he was thrown out by a mile.
He looked like he looked like he mouthed something that I'm not going to repeat on
Oh,
YouTube.
I'm not saying it neither. If you can read lips, you know what he said.
Now I got to be honest with you. It looked like he's at first glance when I first saw it. It looked I thought he slid past the tag,
I thought he did too.
but clearly that didn't happen because there was no even mention of let's look at a replay or anything. So
Nope.
I must have been seeing things that weren't there because I thought he slid past the tag.
Yeah, but personally, I think he would have been out anyway because he held on to the tag, and when he did that, his foot came off anyway when he was on the base. So yeah, he kind of overran the base. But it was
I
the whole
mean,
game though, where we would get the leadoff runner on, then nobody could get him in or get him over. Except that what third or fourth inning when um, Mountcastle got Santander in, but he wasn't even in scoring position. That was just because they
and I
couldn't. They
said it the
overran
whole
the ball
game.
in the outfield.
I say it the whole game on social media. Don't matter how good you pitch, if you don't score runs, you ain't gonna win. And very, very few teams in the playoffs are gonna win score only when you only score 2 runs. Because you're basically asking the pitching staff to be damn near perfect.
Yeah, I don't know how many opportunities we had, but we never capitalized on any of them. The runner was at first, and the other one was just a home run.
And honestly, if the rookie, which is Evan Carter, the left
Yeah.
fielder,
Mm-hmm.
if Carter doesn't misplay that ball in left field a little bit, we probably don't get that first run when we do.
Right.
Because it got past him a little bit.
And that could have been a more damaging inning because then you could have had runners on second and third, and if someone had got a hit, two come in already, and then you just tie it right there. But
I mean, look, why? Well, in general, will I be surprised? Will I be disappointed if the Orioles lose this series? Absolutely. Will I be surprised if Texas beats us? No, because Texas has a very good. Let's face it, Texas has a very good team. Um,
offensively, yeah.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. No disrespect to Gunnar Henderson, but if Josh Jung doesn't get hurt and miss a month and a half, month and a half, Josh Jung is probably the American League Rookie of the Year because
Probably, yep.
he was out. Let's face it, before he got hurt, and Gunnar stepped it up. This is not a knock on Gunnar, but he was outpacing Gunnar Henderson.
I agree.
I said it in my preview. I think whoever wins this series is going to the World Series because I think whoever wins this series is beating either Minnesota or Houston. I hope
I
it's
still
us.
don't see it being a sweep though by Texas.
No, I don't think Texas sweeps us. Although, could you imagine the irony of a team that hasn't gotten swept since before Memorial Day last year getting swept in the playoffs?
I mean, I could see it happening, but I doubt it because we always bounce back.
Well, if we ever needed to bounce back, it's tomorrow.
I just hope that Grayson is doing good tomorrow. He doesn't just pull him because it's playoffs.
Well, I don't think
Well, a
that,
lot of managers like to do that. It's playoffs, so we're gonna have some of our starters in the bullpen, so we can just no, don't do it.
but I don't think that's what Brandon Hyde did. You know, to be honest with you, when you look at how that fourth inning went, I mean, Bradish gave up 5 consecutive hits. Playoffs or not, there's a lot of managers that are going to pull their starter no matter who it is, unless you're one of
True.
the top-notch pitchers in the league. There are a lot of managers that are going to pull their pitcher after 5 consecutive hits, especially when some of those hits lead to run. I mean, obviously 5 consecutive hits is going to lead to at least one run.
Well, yeah,
But when it leads to multiple runs, I mean, you're going to get pulled.
I agree.
That's the thing with the playoffs. There's very little margin for error. And it's gonna be an interesting rest of the series. Why didn't you tell me my head was so big? I had to just pull my phone back a little bit.
Nah, you're good.
Um,
I just think tomorrow we just got to be better offensively. Just not saying get walks, but don't be chasing that a lot because they were chasing quite a bit too.
by the way, see Mike Messina over my head. Orioles Mike Messina, by the way, not Yankees Mike Messina.
It better be Orioles.
Yeah, that's an oldie. That's when they still had the the lottery hit it here sign in the center field.
Yep. And then another thing is don't just strike out looking, because there was plenty of times where they've done that.
Yeah, but you gotta. The thing about striking out looking, I mean, not to bring a video game into it, but the thing about it is part of plate dis part of plate discipline, and I learned you learn this hard way. You're going to strike out looking sometimes. You are.
Well,
If
I'm
you think
talking about when it's definitely in the strike zone. Now, if it's one of those border ones or close or something, okay, yeah, I can see that. Because there was some where they're not swinging, it's right in the strike zone. You're just like, why?
you played baseball as a kid, right?
All the way from T-ball to 16U, yeah.
You're going to tell me you never got locked up by a pitch. You never struck out on a pitch that was right down the middle, think because you didn't think it was going to be there, and it just surprised you.
I don't want to say yes or no because I don't remember.
Yeah, right. You're going to tell me that didn't happen.
I'm not disagreeing, but I'm not agreeing.
The other thing, and I want to bring this up, but then I don't because I don't want it to come across as I don't believe. This is going to sound like me saying that the Orioles are out of it, and I'm not saying that. You got to realize nobody expected us to be in this situation. It Even if God forbid we lost in the first round of the playoffs, nobody can complain about this season. 101 wins, number one seed in the American League. What what can you really complain about?
Oh, there's a lot you can complain about. If you want to be technical.
Leave it to Gabe.
I'm just saying.
Leave it to Gabe to give me a counterpoint for everything.
I mean, I can give you a lot of reasons why we didn't win the game today.
Oh, I can give you a lot of reasons. We didn't capitalize with runners in scoring position. We
That was number one.
made
The
some
pitching was actually okay.
made some interesting base running decisions. Um,
One time.
if you want to
You
go
can't just say that. It was one time.
and if you want to go there, you can say we made some interesting managerial choices with our, you know, pitching decisions, with our choice to, pull Westberg. Although I think that was the right decision. But here's the thing: there's a reason that you and I aren't getting paid the big bucks to manage the team, and Brandon Hyde is. At the end of the day, he knows more about baseball. He knows more about baseball than you and I put together 1,000 times over.
Today. There's a
All right, so game for tomorrow. What scares me for tomorrow is the idea of Mateo being in the lineup. I would I would keep the lineup pretty much the way it was. I don't know. So let's see. Player of the game, Santander, hands down, right?
most definitely. Yep.
Uh,
A
any
walk, a single, a homer,
any dud of the
and
game?
then I know we had that double play, but
Do you have any dud of the game? Like any one individual player you'd like to call out?
one I want to call out.
Let me guess. You probably want to call out the entire offense outside of Santander. Gunner would be mine, mainly because of before the decision to steal. Yeah, but then he wiped himself out.
And at least productive, because he normally is.
All right. Well, what's your prediction for tomorrow? I'm still sticking with five. I'll stick with the same score I predicted today, 5-3. Orioles. We go to Texas with a split. And I still say whoever wins this series is going to the World Series. Yep. Yeah, that is true, but I don't know. Let's get by Texas first. I don't even want to talk about. I don't even want to talk about Houston.
Minnesota
I don't
or
even want to talk
Texas.
about Minnesota or Houston. Let's get by Texas. Any final thoughts? That is the key. Let's hope G Rod can even the series. All right. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later. I might. Well, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining me. See you.